17 years ago. I thought I had everything a man could dream of. I was 29, married to Leah, a vibrant, captivating woman I'd met while working at a publishing company in Chicago. I was in marketing, she was in HR. Our chemistry was immediate, electric. Within a year, we were married, and shortly after, she told me she was pregnant. I was thrilled, over the moon. I danced with her in our living room, lifting her off her feet, promising I'd be the best father our child could ever wish for. We named her Kayla, and from that moment on, she became my world. Every scraped knee, every bedtime story, every school play, I was there. I poured my soul into being her dad. Every decision I made, every overtime shift, every skipped vacation, it was all for her. What I never knew, what Leah never once hinted at, was that during the same year we conceived Caitlin, she had an affair. A brief one, she'd later claim, with a coworker in finance. His name was Darren. She never told me. She buried it and moved on like it never happened. Our marriage, like most, had ups and downs. We argued over finances, work stress, her late nights. We even separated briefly when Kayla was 10. But I fought to keep us together. I thought it was worth it. I believed in the family we'd built. Fast forward to Kayla's 17th birthday. She had just been accepted into Northwestern. I'd saved for that moment. I had skipped my own needs for years to make sure she had everything. Her party was meant to be a celebration. I walked up with her birthday card in hand, ready to tell her how proud I was, when I heard her voice. She laughed with her friends, then said loudly, "He's not even my real dad anyway." I stopped in my tracks. She looked at me, ice cold, and said it again, this time directly to me. "You're not my biological father. Darren is. Mom told me everything." The words ripped through me like a blade. I turned to Leah. She stood there pale, guilty, silent. Not one word. No defense. No apology. I left the party. Drove for hours with my mind racing and my heart in pieces. 17 years. 17 years of unconditional love. And that was how it all unraveled. Leah tried to explain the next day. Said she never meant for it to happen, that it was a mistake. That she didn't know Darren was the father until recently. I asked her one thing. "When did you tell Kayla?" She hesitated. "Last year." She had known. For a full year. And never told me. Let our daughter walk around thinking I was a joke. That's when I made my choice. No yelling. No dramatic scenes. I met with a lawyer. Filed for divorce. I also had a paternity test done. Even though I already knew the answer. It was just a formality. The results confirmed it. I wasn't her biological father. Then I updated my will. Removed Kayla from my college savings and life insurance. Not because I hated her, but because I realized I'd been nothing more than a safety net. There was no love or loyalty, only convenience. When Kayla found out, she came to my apartment, crying, accusing me of punishing her. I let her vent. Then I asked her, "When was the last time you thanked me? When you found out about Darren, did you think about how I'd feel? Or did you just throw me away like I was nothing?" She had no answer. I told her, "You chose DNA over love. Now you can go to Darren." She cried. I cried too, but not for her. For the man I had been. For the love I gave so freely and the betrayal I never saw coming. Leah, later, tried to salvage what she could. Suggested we could still co-parent, still find healing. I told her it was too late. That chance died when she chose to hide the truth for 17 years. I started over. Moved into a small apartment downtown. Took a leave from work. Picked up photography again. Traveled a bit. Tried to find pieces of myself. Then a letter came. Handwritten. From Kayla. She apologized. Said Leah told her during a fight that she was scared I'd reject her if I found out the truth. So she lashed out first. She regretted it. Said she missed me. For a moment, I wanted to believe her. But then came another envelope, by registered mail. Leah was suing me. For spousal support. She argued that I'd been the main breadwinner. That she'd given up career opportunities to raise our family. I laughed. Then I cried again. She had cheated, lied, let me raise a child that wasn't mine. And now she wanted money? I told my lawyer I wanted it to go to court. I wanted everything on record. It wasn't a long trial, but it tore open every wound. The paternity test. The emails my lawyer found during discovery, messages to Darren over the years, even one saying Kayla's eyes looked like his. The judge didn't just deny her claim. He scolded her, called her behavior deceitful. I walked out feeling like I'd survived a war. 2 months later, I was reading in a coffee shop when a man approached me, said his name was Darren. He looked nervous. Told me he'd never known Kayla might be his daughter until Leah showed up at his office recently with Kayla, demanding he take responsibility. He didn't want to be a father. Didn't even know if he believed her. But felt I should know. It crushed me, not because I cared about Leah anymore, but because she was starting the cycle again. Rewriting the lie for a new target. A few weeks later, Kayla messaged me. He doesn't want anything to do with me, she said. I didn't answer immediately. When I did, I kept it short. Now you understand. I cared when it wasn't required. I loved you before I ever knew the truth. But when it mattered, you discarded me. Biology doesn't make a father. Devotion does. And you chose blood over love. She hasn't replied since. 8 months have passed. Leah lost her job after everything came out. Darren cut off contact after she tried to hit him with a paternity suit. Kayla postponed college, moved in with a friend. As for me, I spent 2 months in Italy, learned how to cook pasta, started writing again. And I met someone. Her name is Elaine. She knows everything and doesn't look at me like I'm broken. She has a 5-year-old son. I don't know what comes next. But I do know this. I will never again let guilt control me. The day Kayla looked me in the eye and said, "He's not even my real dad," was the day I realized my love had been taken for granted. And from that moment on, I decided I would protect it.